Hello, this is your captain speaking. This is a public service announcement. We have become aware that in some meeting traffic situations that people have been giving way on the wrong side of the road. This is a public service announcement to remind you that you give way by keeping to the left in these situations. Keeping to the left. Just a friendly reminder that you keep to the left and give way on the left in these meeting traffic situations. I will hand you over to our cabin crew now for the safety instructions of this situation.
Don't you just love social media? I sneezed about 5 times and I was like, do you know what? I'm just going to use that to my advantage. Okay, guys, right, listen. Today, my students gave way on the wrong side of the road. So I just want to talk about this quickly in a more serious way. So yeah, basically, in these situations, I've made loads of videos about this already, yeah, but I've just got a little bit of time and I'll just make a quick refresher, okay? So listen, when you're in these situations where there's parked cars all over the place, guys, you only give way on the left-hand side of the road unless some kind of weird disaster has happened and it's a weird situation. But the normal flow of the situation, if somebody's driving towards you, guys, you give way on the left-hand side of the road, okay? My student made a mistake with this today on a mock test, okay? And I'm afraid it didn't go down well. I failed him for it, yes. But when you're doing these situations, you give way on the left-hand side of the road, okay? So let's just say you're driving down this road, yeah, and you've got parked cars clearly on both sides of the road. There isn't any priority, okay? It's pretty much 50-50. It depends on your speed. It depends on the oncoming person's speed. It depends on how many people are following you, how many people are following the people ahead. Are you on your own? Is the oncoming person on their own? There is other hazards to consider, but I'm not really talking about that. But bikes, pedestrians, doors opening, okay? But I'm not really talking about that. Let's just talk about the giving way. When you're coming up, you give way on the left, okay? So if you were to come down here and you saw somebody coming towards you, look at their speed. Are they going faster than you, okay? If that's the case, then you would come up and you give way on the left, okay? Coming up slowly, depending on how big this gap is, coming up slowly, clutch down, okay? If you're driving a manual car, clutch down so you can become detailed, and you can come in without the fear of stalling, and you can come in and you can travel forward, getting your bum in as well, very important. So you get in, bum in, but not too close to this parked car. Yes, you're being kind to the other people, but you need to be kind to yourself as well. You're the person who's got to get out of this in a minute. Yeah, we can be really kind to them, but we don't want to go so far up here that we need to reverse back. Because if we do that, not only is that a mess, but what happens if people have followed you? You can't reverse. So we need to be kind to these people, yes, by giving way on the left, but also kind to ourselves by not getting too close to that car, okay? And your clutch control will have to be amazing to get out of here, all right? Now, if you're traveling down here and you see somebody coming, then yes, you can give way in this space here and bring him down, all right? And that's fine. But if the person over there is going a lot slower and you think to yourself, well, it's ridiculous if I stop here because he's literally miles away from me, so I think I should continue. That's okay. As you come down and you see somebody coming like in the middle there, as you come down, you can think to yourself, well, I can't give way on the right. You mustn't come down here and pull up in the right. No, absolutely not. Even if you were on your own, it is highly unusual for you to do that, to give way to oncoming people. It's not normal, yeah? But the problem is, if you did come down here and you got into that habit, which is completely not correct, yeah, unless you were parking there, as you come down, if you had people following you, that would absolutely not work at all, okay? You'd come down here, you'd go in there, and then the people behind you would be like, really? What? Okay, well, what are we going to do? Yeah? So what you do is you see the person coming, You're travelling down here and your choices are this. If you come down here and you've got shed loads of people behind you, you come down, you see him coming and you stop here. All right? Stopping here with all the people behind you is fine, because if the solo person can come down and go in here, then he goes in there, gets his bum in the right place like we discussed, yeah, leaves himself some space. He's in there and he stops, and then you can go. And like in the other videos that I've made of this, yeah, I call that the conveyor belt method, because you come up, you stop, he comes down, he stops, and then you go, and then eventually when there's no one behind you or you've just left, if it's just you on your own, then he goes. So the stop-start of that reminds me of a kind of conveyor belt method. So I've nicknamed it the conveyor belt method. Or you could then, if you're on your own, you could come down, seeing that the person's coming. He's got shed loads of people behind him. So as you come down, you could, instead of stopping here, you could go, if you're on your own, you could go up and stop opposite the turn if it's wide enough and big enough. You come up and you stop opposite the turn, not in it, because what would the people behind you do? You do not go and give way on the right. You come up and stop opposite it here. Stopping opposite it, and you then wait for the person or people to come down and loop round and ribbon round like that without stopping, because you're here and they can come down and ribbon round. I call it the ribbon technique because it's like grabbing a piece of ribbon and pulling it through some fabric, yeah? So you've stopped here and they ribbon down and round down. So you do need to put a bit of brain power in. Are there people following you? Should we come up and stop in here? Are you solo on your own and there's loads of people coming? Maybe it's better for you to stop here and wait for all of the people to come through if you're on your own, yeah? If you've got, if he's a lot slower, perhaps you can continue up and stop here. The conveyor belt, get him to stop in there and then you go and then he goes. Or the ribbon, come down because there's loads of people that he's got following him, stop opposite here, stay chilled and relaxed, and then he comes down and ribbons round and takes all the people with him. Yeah? I know it all happens quite quickly, yeah, but look, just become super kind, yeah? My strongest advice to you is just be really super kind. If you make your life easy, if you make their life easy, your life is normally made easy because of that. You're coming down the road, there's a gap there, and then there's a later gap there. Yeah, if they're not miles away, just be super kind. Just go into the gap, be super kind, yeah? Because your forward planning is, I've got a gap before the red car. I've got a gap before the black car. How fast is he going? Okay, do you know what? I'll be super kind. I'm just going to come in and I'm just going to give way. As long as he's not miles away, because people behind you will overtake you and that's not quite right either. But just look ahead and be like, okay, I can see that I could give way to before the black car. In you go. Kind to yourself, bum in, away from the parked car, and just be kind. And then if he doesn't like your kind, offering, then he can stop and then he can flash you through. Guys, you're allowed to accept the beckon. We can't give a beckon. I've met somebody recently who failed for it. I've only met him once, and he failed for it because he waved a pedestrian across the road, and the examiner gave them a fail for it. It was one of his fails, but he was like, what? A pedestrian walked across the road, the student stopped, and then he really made the wife try and go by beckoning, and he failed for it. You can accept a beckon if you know that the beckon is absolutely for you and you've checked all other situations of your safety, you can go. But you can't beckon. So you're going to use your own body language to get in the space, pausing there. I'm here. I'm in a good position away from the car so I can get out. I don't look like I'm parked. And I'm going to wait here in this nice position. And I would give it like a strong 7 to 8 times out of 10 that person will come down because you're a learner. Yeah. I mean, some of them have the patience of a saint and they'll stop there and flash you through and fine. Okay. If they do that, by the way, don't floor it towards them. Yeah. I've had loads of students, they come in over the years and they're in that lovely little place and they're giving way. And then the person just obviously has patience and they stop behind their car and they flash. And then my student goes into panic mode and then we floor it towards the person, which is completely unnecessary and actually can be quite dangerous, because where's our awareness of pedestrians walking out? Where's our awareness of cyclists coming in between parked cars? Where's our awareness of people coming out of side roads? It's almost like we're too tunnel zoned on this person who's now flashed you, and then everything else you're blind to and you're bombing it towards this car, and that's not safe enough. If they've got that much patience to be able to be like, do you know what, I'm going to let this learner come through, then chill. You know, check your mirrors, do your angle start, which means coming out from behind the car with nice clutch control. Start to nip down the road, thinking about all the normal things. Are the car doors going to open? Yeah. Is there pedestrians walking in between the cars? Is there any cars coming out from side roads or bikes? Yeah. And just go down there confidently but normally without accelerating towards, because it will look weird to them as well. You know, if they give way and they're all chilled and they just wait there and then they've got this learner coming towards them at 70 million miles an hour, it's a bit shocking, yeah, and unnecessary. Yeah. But my advice to you is just be super kind. Okay, just turn into the nicest person in the world and be nice. I do recommend that, but obviously if you're stopping miles away, then you're going to get overtaken. Just make sure that it's not so far that the people behind you will overtake you and go to the next gap. Choose the correct gap to give way, right? But just go for the kind route, because 7 times out of 10, they're going to be stopping for you. Don't give way on the right, okay? You can't give way on the right, just like the picture. If you go into the right, that just doesn't make any sense, yeah? The oncoming person is going to be really confused. Yeah, what about all the people behind? They're going to be confused. It may turn into such a mess if you do that, because you're not supposed to be there. You may have to reverse out of it. It is wrong. Unless there is some kind of disaster. Or the other week, there was a bin man who made us do it. I hated it. We stopped really far back. There was no parked cars on our side and there was a bin man down at the bottom. And I can't remember exactly what the setup was, but we were in a really nice place to just let him just finish his bin pickup and just come through. And I was just like, yeah, don't worry about it, to my student. Just like, chill here. It's cool, man. Like, you know, it's all right. And then the bin man was like, come through, like come down and go into this tiny little gap. And it was like our second lesson. I was like, no, basically, like we're cool here. Like, you know, we're good. And he just kept on making us want to go down there. And in the end, I was like, do you know what? Okay, fine. We'll go down there then. And it was just such a mess, yeah? It was just such a mess. It was so brutally unclean. Like, we were going in there, I had to help her get round. It was really tricky to get into this gap. We had no idea whether there was anyone behind. It was such a mess. I don't know what, I tried really hard to be like, no, but he was insisting and it was a mess, yeah. I don't give way on the right. It was a flipping mess. I think he just wanted to see us really struggle, do you know what I mean? But anyway, that was an incredibly rare situation. But yeah, give way on the left, yeah? Give way on the left, just like I said in those pictures. And I really hope that helps somebody. The conveyor belt and the ribbon technique, I have made other longer videos about that where you can see me driving it. You can see more detailed pictures of it on my YouTube. Especially because there's loads more videos over there. All right, guys. I really hope that you've had a nice day today and that you're lots of plans for driving over the weekend. All right, guys, I'm going to go because that turned into a much longer video than I expected. But yeah, I really hope that helps you and I shall see you on the next video.